Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our second episode of the Do's and Don'ts of Sinning. I am Matthew.
And I am Joslyn. And today we're recording technically our third episode because we recorded a really fucking good second episode and the computer fucked it up.
The program recorded it in 5-second bites, and then I couldn't organize them back up, so we're just going to revisit that topic in a couple weeks so it keeps fresh, and then we're just moving on for this week.
So this week we're talking about signs he's a fuckboy.
And how to get out of it, how to watch them, how to make sure you don't fall for them.
And we're talking about a fuckboi,
Yes.
a fuckboy.
Boy.
Yeah. And really quickly, I know that there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. And
especially America, because
yeah.
I've seen a little bit from other countries of people protesting and stuff, mostly on social media or in smaller groups.
Yeah.
But mostly happening in Minneapolis, Denver, I've seen, New York, San Diego, even here in our little hometown, Colorado Springs.
Yeah, so things are pretty crazy right now, and if you aren't aware, I strongly suggest you go educate yourself. And anyways, so feels a little bit weird to film a podcast right now, but we're gonna go ahead and do it and maybe give you some laughs and a time away and maybe an escape for your mind, and that's how I feel about that. Yeah,
keep the world bright and light, even though it's a very serious time that you should be aware of, but everyone needs a little distraction. Everyone needs some help throughout the day, the work week and stuff like that, to get through the insaneness of the world in America we're going through right now. So yeah, we're just gonna hop into it.
Really quickly, I'm super sorry that I forgot deodorant.
Jesus Christ, she doesn't wash her hands. Doesn't do deodorant. And
I'm just a trashy human. Let's just accept that fact.
And the deodorant I use doesn't burn me, but the deodorant I use burns Joslyn, so she can't even use it.
Wonderful.
So hopefully that won't interrupt us too much.
Okay, so really quickly before we get into our little bullet points, what rattle it off. Okay, so rattle it the fuck off.
Oh, when I see a Subaru driving down the road, I'm like, that is a fuck
Me too.
B-O-I.
Me too.
Subarus, Volkswagens.
Yeah, a little GTI.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, GTI.
Okay.
No, it's the blah 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 Mike and model GTI.
Yeah, okay.
When I see a spoiler that could literally make the car fly. It's too many stickers. When I see Japanese lettering or kanji and stuff, when I see stickers on the
little
windshield,
fucking Honda Civic Racer,
tiny
cars,
tiny cars full of subs.
Full
The car's weighted in the back because of how much base and subs they have.
Those people don't grocery shop, and that's also a red flag.
Literally,
where they put their groceries.
Honestly, all they live off of is Hot Pockets, Red Bulls, and Mountain Dew. I remember in high school,
their sperm is literally acid.
Oh my god, yeah! I remember in high school, boys would just drink Mountain Dew
all the time,
and then I don't know if everybody heard about it, but
it
was
lowers
a thing.
Your sperm
yeah,
count.
It lowers your sperm count. So that was all we thought about when these specific dudes would drink Mountain Dew all the time.
Touching on that similar topic, I drank a lot of Dr. Pepper in high school.
Yeah.
And people would be like, "Oh, Dr. Pepper makes your vagina stink," and I was like, "What? No, it does not." And everybody in my high school would straight up bully my ass and say that Dr. Pepper, they'd be like, "Oh, you smell."
As you're the only one in the world drinking Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, right. I'm if Dr. Pepper did that, you really think they would still keep doing it?
Right. But exactly.
Anyway, so yeah, little fucking thugged out cars going down the street,
blowing bass with snapbacks on.
Oh, snapbacks.
Him and his boys.
Him boys.
Literally. Yeah, they always are squad together. They always wear what, Straussy or Stussy wear, Vans.
Oh, yeah.
Supreme now, Champion.
Supreme, yeah. I feel a lot of them, you will, catch them wearing some Air Force Ones.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, speaking of Air Force Ones, so I really want a pair of Air Force Ones because deep down I am a fuckboy. And so
they're
anyway,
still cute.
They're cute as fuck. I would wear them out to the club.
Right.
But anyway, I want a pair of white high top Air Force Ones. And I was telling this guy that I was talking to a little bit, and I was I want a pair of white ones and a pair of black ones, and he goes, "You don't want black Air Force Ones." And I was like,
"Why?
What? Why?" And he was like, you just don't. He was like, look. And he looks up memes, and he said that that like it's like a symbolism for like that you're not a good person, that they like steal and stuff. And I was like, what are you talking? It doesn't make sense.
It's a shoe.
It's a shoe, bro. I
mean, we're literally stereotyping clothes and looks, but still, that's kind of a little far-fetched.
Yeah, I'm like, so if I told him this too, I was like, so if I wear black Air Force Ones,
people are gonna think I'm stealing.
I was like, and you see me walking down the street, people are gonna like hide their TVs,
right?
And he was like, yes, exactly.
My little white female body.
Yeah, right. Like literally a size 9.
Literally,
but
I would do, if I got Air Force Ones or one of those like really like nice Nikes or like whatever, I would do like the dip or the painting when people like paint them and stuff and design.
Sometimes I like get in a rabbit hole down YouTube and I fucking go
some
to
of them
town
are
on that
pretty
shit.
and like they get detailed and
Dude,
stuff.
they're amazing.
That's also a sign of fuckboy.
Yes.
When you pay so much for shoes.
You know, they're called sneakerheads.
I hear, and there's like a whole like black market on them where they're like selling them for like, because they're like limited edition or they're like so, not touched
people,
and stuff.
They're called like sneakerheads, and then people that are like into the Subarus with the spoilers and the bass and the fucking car meets, which like car meets are really prevalent in our little town of Colorado Springs. I'm sure they're prevalent elsewhere in the United States.
But I feel like I see them all the time on Facebook. Constantly. I see like in parking lots, there's freaking tire donuts all the way like skid marks and stuff.
And like those people are called gearheads.
I thought they were called car heads.
No, they're called
gearheads. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're called gearheads because like
car boys.
So one time Matthew and I were on our break and we're like sitting in my car and I was like swiping through Tinder and I was like, I'm into cars, and he goes, I'm into guys that are into cars, and I was like,
accurate.
I was like, I'm into guys who are into cars. Like, let's be real.
Very true.
However, I would like to own, like, because like I said, deep down I'm a fuckboy. I would really like to own like a fucking Subaru, a Subaru WRX, like fucking murdered out, which that's a car term for blacked out because I like to sound cool.
Is that a racial term? Do you think?
No.
Blacked out, murdered out.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, don't. You make me feel bad. But it's a car term, Matthew. And so it's like murdered out, so like 5% tint, car is black, fucking wheels, rims are, well, I guess tires are always black. But
I mean,
like,
not in olden days, but yeah, like black rims, black,
yeah, like
details,
blacked out tail lights, everything like that.
Right. Super safe.
I want fucking subs in it. I want some carbon fiber on it.
Oh my god.
I sound really cool.
She wants the samurai sword gear shifter.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you get an automatic or
no? I would get a manual.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
So you'd have like a little samurai sword. It would be red, like roses, like resin.
Yeah, and I wanted the inside to be like fucking cute, all pink interior.
Oh hell yeah.
Or purple or teal. But anyway.
Yes, the color of your vape.
Yeah,
that'd be cute.
I want it like that, and then I want to get like all glammed up in like a little slutty outfit, which is basically my everyday attire.
Yeah, show up to a car meet, everyone's gonna be like, "Damn, this dude's
look
got
at
a
this
fucking
dude's car,
sick
dude!"
car.
And I fucking rev my engine, and then I have fucking bass going to
Get
a
out,
sick
they
song.
see a heel,
and then they're like, "My god!" And like I have my boots on, and Divya calls them my "come fuck me" boots.
Yes,
so
the
I
ones
have
up to the asshole.
Yeah, literally. And so like I have those on, and people are like, holy shit. And then I would have like 12 marriage proposals by the end of the night.
100%. You would have every guy around your car.
What if I was doing that and concealed carrying?
You would have 1 million guys under your car. 100%. They'd be like, what engine you got? Like, girl, let me get your Snapchat.
I would have, yeah, that's another thing. Let's get into that. So.
Fuck boys will never ask for your phone number.
No.
They will want your Snapchat number 1.
Yes.
And then they'll go down the line to like Instagram, maybe Twitter, definitely never Facebook.
No.
You will never see a fuckboy's Facebook ever.
No.
It will be Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, no phone number, no Facebook,
so,
nothing connecting you to your actual personality in life.
So one time I was seeing this like hella fuckboy, and he was the one that I ended up being the mistress, and I had like no idea. But anyway, he was a hella fuckboy. We like saw each other for like close to 4 months, and our only form of communication was on Snapchat.
Literally.
Which like part of it, I see the pros and cons, because cons, he's a douchebag.
Right.
Pros, you can see when they leave you on red, and you can get your feelings hurt up front.
Yeah, and you can see their face. Like that's a good part of Snapchat, and that's why fuckboys do like Snapchat, because they have good features.
Yeah.
Because usually they're pretty.
Unfortunately,
So
yes.
I know, so gorgeous. So they can like get the good angles, the filters. They can like take Snapchats of their freaking abs and shit or whatever.
And they're like, oh yeah, baby, you like that?
And then pro for them, they can block you instantly, and then they're out of your life.
Out of your life.
Yes.
And then, like, who's gonna remember the username?
Exactly, never.
No,
and the username's different than the actual like screen name.
Yeah.
So you have no idea.
Dude, I fucking matched with this fuckboy on, like, I'm sure it was Tinder. I was gonna say Bumble or Hinge, but
No.
let's be real, it was Tinder. And I don't remember his actual name, but, like, his username was all something crazy, right? And then it showed up, like, you know, like when you add somebody,
Yeah.
and then their actual name shows up. So, like,
Yeah.
my username is, like, something funny, and then it shows up as, like, Joslyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, his showed up as Batman, and, like, literally the very first Snapchat he sent me was just dick.
And you were like, great, thanks, Batman. You were like, that was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, like, I was like, wow, okay, jumping right in. We're not even gonna test
Right?
the waters.
Honestly, like, at least send me like a hey incoming.
Yeah, incoming, NSFW.
Honestly,
like-
because like you don't know where I am. I could be in church,
I could be in church.
as if
I
I could be at work. Somebody could be looking over my shoulders. There could be a kid behind me. Like,
Yeah,
I
a
don't-
child. You're
like-
trying to show your dick to an 8-year-old child?
Literally, I will leave those certain people because, of course, I have them on my Snapchat still. I will leave them for hours because I'm like, I don't have a safe space to open this in.
You, like, have to go to the bathroom and pretend to take a shit just
Honestly,
so you can
so I
open
can
it.
look at this
You're
Snapchat,
like-
and then it's usually just like, oh, look, I'm drinking at 11:45 in the morning,
Yeah,
and I'm
and
like, ugh.
you're like, I wasted my time for this?
Right? I'm like, I had the hype up for this fuckboy.
Sometimes, no lie though, I like to leave those guys on my Snapchat a little bit because, like, I need...
They're dying for attention.
Oh, yeah, and so am I.
Exactly.
And
So
I
you
need...
can't give it to them.
No, and I need an ego boost so bad. So, like, one of my favorite things to do, and I will own up to it for the rest of my life, I love thirst traps.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I will, like, literally sit and do my hair for an hour. I will do my makeup for an hour.
Get the best lighting.
Get the best lighting, take 1,000,000 just for
Right.
Snapchat. Just
Clean
one.
just the bedroom
Yes.
that's in behind of the picture.
Well, you've seen my house, but anyway, I will, like, get the best lighting. I will take like 1,000,000 of them, and I will post it on my story, just one on
Right.
my story, and like fucking bing, 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 bing,
Swipe
bing.
up, swipe up,
Swipe up,
yes.
like millions of guys. One of them swiped up the other day, and he goes, "Zam, zaddy," and I was like,
First of all, I'm a woman.
I am a female. Also, I'm not a dominant, so you need to cool your
You need
jets
to
over there.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Literally.
But anyways, so yeah, the car, like the form of communication being on Snapchat, and like I don't know why we really consider that signs of a fuckboy, but I think it's just
But it
because
is.
every single fuckboy we've fucked with
Does that.
does it.
Yeah,
on
like
Snapchat.
I've never met a fuckboy who's like, give me your phone number so we can like hook up quick. No.
No.
It's literally Snapchat so
It's
they can
too much
come
of a
over.
commitment, that's
It
why.
is, because then they have your phone number, they can call you can't really block.
Yeah.
Like it so easily, you have to like do a couple
Because
more
like you can call
steps.
people on Snapchat, but like nobody does that.
Literally. And
Unless
if
you're
somebody
like-
does, I'm having a full on panic
Unless
attack.
you're like just on Wi-Fi
Yeah.
and you have no service for
Right.
whatever reason, and you're like, I really need to get a hold of my dad. I have a flat tire.
Right.
Like,
Let
yeah.
me call my dad on Snapchat.
Yeah, then maybe you do it.
Exactly.
But another thing too is like some of their mannerisms. So like I don't know, the way they just like speak to you is almost degrading.
Honestly,
I feel like how do you feel
definitely
about
like
that?
yes, red flags. Definitely like because they never want to DTR, never
No.
want to define the relationship ever, and just how they like chit chat. It's definitely not like, what's your hobbies? What's this? What's that?
No.
Because they're purely there. Even if they want to date or whatever, just their like fuckboyness can't like
No.
be genuine and sincere. So they're like, oh, you have black hair. Oh, you look like Snow White.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's their form of compliment and
Yeah.
communication.
And so not only that, but like I said, the degrading thing is almost like they try to put you down so that you like I don't know, because like a lot of females
Yeah, and that
like
goes into like manipulation
Yeah,
because they need to
manipulation.
feel like stronger in a sense. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're like putting you down so you can come to them.
yes.
So like it's like so yeah, like you feel like they're better than you, so they're like, "Oh, I have no chance with this guy. Let me keep trying or whatever
Yeah.
because like he's like playing hard to get."
Yeah, yes, hard to get. And
Yeah.
that's a better way of phrasing it. It's not like when I say like put us down, it's not like, "Oh, you fat ugly bitch." It's not like that. It's just like Oh wow, like I don't know, give me an example.
I don't know either. I was trying to think of one, but it's just like,
I was trying to say maybe like like short answers
yeah,
too.
very much so. Like they're playing literally hard to get, and that's
Yeah.
what like putting like yeah, and they're like, or they'll be like, oh, the guy friends you have aren't that attractive as me.
Yeah,
Like
something like
little
that. Yeah.
like side-eyed comments where it's like
Or-
I'm better than what
or,
you're
like,
getting.
Or like you post a video or a picture, like if I post a video or a picture with Sarah and they're
Yeah.
like, who's that?
Right, exactly.
That's like a really one that's a really one.
Right.
That's a really good one.
Yes.
That's happened to me before too. And along those same lines is like they're only there for hookups.
100%.
Well, okay, to be fair, like, you know, you hear a friend who knows a friend who has a brother, who has an uncle, who's dated this girl, who dated this guy,
Right.
that he was a fuckboy and he got with her and now they're happily married.
Yes.
That's the exception to the rule.
Literally, there has to be a transformation. And usually, like, fuckboys exist from the age of, like, 17 to, like, 25,
Yeah.
26.
Like
Because
they're still wearing X.
literally, honestly. And if you're a fuckboy after that age, it's like, I get it. Live
a-
your life.
it's a
Like,
lifestyle at
Yeah,
that
it's
point.
a lifestyle. But usually they exist during that age period because that's when you are out dating. That's when you're out hooking up or whatever. But, like, you can out hook up and you can be out dating multiple people or whatever. But you don't have to be a fuckboy.
No, and really quickly, I want to touch on the topic that being a female fuckboy is easy as fuck.
It's so easy. And
Men are so simple.
right.
So simple.
Yes.
Like, I could say, like, oh my god, I feel so cute today, and send that Snapchat, like, take a Snapchat and say
Yeah.
that, and send it to, like, 6 guys, and literally every single one of them respond, oh my god, baby, you look so cute today. I'm like,
Yeah.
Do I? Really? Oh my
Yes.
god.
'Cause
And, like,
when-
just play it up, and every single one of them thinks that they're the only one that got that.
Honestly, yes, because it's so like there's a talent to fishing for compliments, and when you're a girl fuck boy, it's so easy.
So easy.
Because like you have to have a skill, you have to have a talent, and you can't be like, "Oh, I feel so ugly today,"
No.
because then they're not gonna reply.
No, because
They're
then you're going to
then you're
them.
fishing for compliments.
Yeah.
But
But,
you have
like,
to do it in like a backwards facetious way.
Inconspicuous
Yes.
way, if you will.
Yes, very much so.
Sarah and I joke all the time. We're like sitting at my kitchen table and she's like watching me like talk to all these guys. And then she's all,
Throwing out a lure.
yeah, literally. She's like, you are ridiculous. And I was like, you do it too.
Literally.
Anyways, what else?
Watching out for fuckboys. You
Yeah.
just the, like when you're on Tinder, when you're on all the dating sites, it's pretty obvious because rather they won't have a bio, they won't have multiple pictures, or their pictures will be very basic with all the boys and stuff. And like, or their bio will be like, just here for a good time, not a long time kind of stuff.
absolutely.
Or they're like 6'3" if it matters. First of all, height does matter.
It matters
Um,
100%.
Yeah, and it's like if you say 6'3" if it matters to you, or you wouldn't put it. And they just have certain bios like that, pictures. And it's just like, yeah, the forms of communication, if they're not actually genuinely asking you how your day is, or like they don't want to get to know you, signs of a fuckboy.
Absolutely. I'm like scrolling through Tinder trying to find an example of a fuckboy.
Oh, I
And,
probably have one too. Let's do that real fast. But yeah. And they're always on like, and they're not always on dating sites like in bars and stuff. It definitely is very prevalent. They're the type of guy at a bar to not like send over a drink or like approach you
They would
with
never.
friends. They usually will try to approach you while you're alone. If you're like going up to the bar to get a drink for your friends and you're alone, definitely.
I've literally swiped across like probably 5 fuckboys and literally none of them have a bio. So you
Honestly,
were dead right. You were
dead
dead
right.
right on that.
Literally. Or they have like sunglasses.
Filters.
Every picture is like far away so you don't see their face, or like they're skiing or snowboarding.
Oh, lots of emojis. Oh, here we go.
Tons of
Okay, so this guy is 25. He is rather cute. He's got a snapback on backwards, which is like
And he's throwing up like peace sign.
army. So like I don't
Doing pull-ups at 9:30 a.m.
Wonderful. Drippin'. That's what he
Snapchat.
says. Snapchat says drippin'. He says, fuck a guitar, we gonna rock out with thwop. What the fuck does
Thwop. Like thwop.
What the fuck does that mean?
I think it's like a sound. It's onomatopoeia. Like thwop. Like swish kind of thing. I have no idea.
I have no idea what that
But
means.
also his education in the bio says big dog. DAWG, big dog. That's his education.
My God, this is hilarious. He said, let's be friends. And he said, I'm from Texas, so you probably wouldn't understand my accent. He said, from Splashtown, Texas, dripping wet emoji. All the way in Colorado, drip, mountain.
Yes.
He said, no, I'm talking about.
Know what I'm talking about.
No, I know, but it's spelled Talm.
Like he's texting in his accent.
Yes. No,
Which
I'm
is also,
talking
like-
about. That one, yeah.
And it's like, who doesn't know what a Texan accent sounds like? Like, we'll understand you.
And that is a fuckboy for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing. They're so easy to find.
Literally, they're everywhere, so prevalent, especially nowadays because hookup culture and like Tinder and Bumble and Hinge or whatever are so prevalent, like dating sites. So they're just everywhere. Tinder's basically hatching them because it's giving these fuckboys an easy
breeding grounds for a fuckboy.
It is giving them an easy out. It is giving them easy creation.
Another thing too about fuckboys is like
It spreads.
absolutely. Also, like Kennedy, if you're listening, shout out to you for this one. She was like dating this hella fuckboy, cute like they all are, and
Donovan?
yeah,
Yes.
Donovan, we're calling you out.
Yes,
No.
Donovan.
Anyways, she was dating him and everything, and like everything was fine. And like once you start catching feelings for a fuckboy, which you should not do.
And if he starts catching feelings for you, because because he definitely was falling for her too.
Yeah.
And she was falling for him because they were having a great time chit-chatting. They were going on like multiple dates.
Absolutely.
They were going to like the Avs game or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah,
like
yeah.
at the World Arena. They were like hanging out. She was going over there after work, like just studying, and they would just hang out and watch like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when they started to like fall,
Yeah, then they those fuckboys jump ship. They fucking
jumped
ghost
so
you.
quick.
They ghost you. They get rid of you on Snapchat. You're like, whoa, what's going on? Where are they in my Snapchat?
Right.
You go back on fucking Tinder, unmatched.
Yes. But the difference with Donovan was this fuckboy said, he was like, oh, I'm not like ready for this or something. Like he was like getting scared or something. So he was like jumping ship and he was saying like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship or something like that. But then just 2 days ago, guess who she saw on Tinder and
Oh,
Hinge?
no, I know.
Donovan.
I saw him too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. And he liked you or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, this happened like maybe 2 weeks ago that
Yeah.
he jumped ship with Kennedy. And then like just a couple days ago, he's back on Tinder and Hinge, and it's like, that's a fuckboy. Because it's like,
Absolutely.
if you're not ready for a relationship, 100%, like,
Say
maybe
it.
you can
Talk
just,
about it.
yeah, maybe you can just be hooking up or whatever, but keep that in the bio. Keep it, like, define the relationship as soon as you start talking to somebody. Be like, oh, I'm just looking to have sex, or I'm just looking for, like, a friends with benefits or whatever. Don't be falling for people and then jumping ship when you don't want a
No.
relationship, and then hop back on Tinder.
No.
Because you know how that makes women feel and other men feel?
Yeah,
Because, like, Kennedy
100%.
probably saw that and was like, wow, so I'm not good enough?
She's
and
yeah.
shit like that. So it's
That's
like,
like
oh.
another thing too is we've all fallen for a fuckboy. But when I
You're
fell
so pretty.
We're so pretty. When I fell for a fuckboy, dude, like I like felt it happening and I was like regretting it as it was happening. Do you know what I mean when
Yeah,
I say
because
that?
you know like what he's all about.
Yeah.
And you're like, but he's attractive and he's interesting
Yes.
and he's into cars and he's my type.
He's my type. They're always your type.
Always.
They fucking gravitate towards you.
Honestly.
But so like literally, so here in Colorado Springs we have a butt ton of military guys. Like, and I'm kind of specifically talking about Army guys because they're
Yes.
like so we're just super fucking close to the Fort Carson base.
Yes.
And so like when we go out to the club, me and Sarah go to Copperhead when it's not a quarantine.
Literally.
And so when we're out at Copperhead and shit, like sometimes we play this game that we're like, all right, let's play spot the Army guy or spot the military guy.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Literally
It's all
close
of
your
them.
eyes and open your eyes and they'll
It's
be
all
all
of
of
them.
them. All of them.
All of them. Every
Yeah.
single one of them.
You can see them from a mile away because,
By
I mean,
the
they're
way they-
in military
yes.
regs, haircut.
Yes,
they
the
wear all the
haircut.
same style and clothes
Yep.
because, like, a type of person is getting attracted to the military.
Yes.
And that's a very niche personality. You're not going to
Yes.
see, like, an artsy, like, guy into, like, nature and like photography and stuff. Like, I mean, you might, but like, you like
Few
for
and far
the-
between.
Few and far between. But you're
So,
seeing
like-
like very straight like energies, fuckboy energies going into the military because it's just the like the energy that gets
Yes.
attracted by military.
Absolutely. They all are like basically carbon copies of one another.
Basically. And then that's true because you have to like assimilate during like boot camp. They want you to be similar,
Yes.
same haircuts. Like they like back in the day they used to change your glasses. So
Yes.
your glasses would be the same as
Yes.
everyone else. You would get shaved, you wear the same uniform at the same time. So it just kind of molds you into the same character.
Yes. And let me paint you a picture. Okay. Close your eyes. Or don't. I can't tell you what to do. Anyway, imagine yourself. You're in a bar, right?
Yes.
Fucking Get Low is playing loudly on the speakers.
Too loudly.
You're fucking 3 drinks in.
Your feet are sticking to the floor.
Vodka cranberries. Okay?
Like the cranberry Red Bulls.
Vodka cranberry Red Bulls. Accurate. You see this guy walk in. He's got a flat bill hat on backwards. It's white. Okay?
Oh, yes,
and it's
white.
like up off of his head a little
Yeah,
bit.
doesn't want to crush his hair.
No, okay? Hair is in military regulations.
Yes.
Buzzed on the sides, like a sick fade.
Yeah,
Like
good
a
fade. Yes,
yeah.
good. No facial hair.
No facial hair.
Snatched jawline,
Yes.
cheekbones.
Okay, they're also wearing a white shirt to match
Amazing
with the
eyeballs.
hat.
Yes.
Okay, they have light wash denim jeans on.
Yes, a little bit tear,
Yes.
but not too much.
No, they have a black belt on,
Yes,
and they're wearing white Air Force Ones.
100%.
Their cologne, you can smell it from 10 yards away.
100%. It's like Hugo Boss, like, I think it's called Hugo Boss Black or something like that.
Anything. The cheapest expensive cologne you
Honestly,
can find.
honestly.
Like that.
Bought at JCPenney's.
That is the, or Kohl's.
Very much so.
That is the epitome of what they look like here in Colorado Springs. Like you
100%.
can feel the vibe.
Yes.
You can see it. You can smell it. You can taste it. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly. It's like disgusting.
Every single one of them has an alcohol problem.
Every single one of them. I know so many that are like underaged and they've gone to like alcohol constantly because there's nothing to do. You get
But smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol.
and vape and pretty
Yeah.
much and chew tobacco. Yeah, because you get stationed at these bases and you have no car. You're an idiot. So all you're doing is buying like food and like alcohol and cigarettes and tobacco and going out to the bars. You don't buy a car.
No.
So all you have to do is drink with all the other guys that are over your age in the barracks or in the dorms. So you're just fucked.
Absolutely.
You're basically fucked. And
Dude,
then, like, if you stay fit within the military and you have an alcohol problem, more power to you.
Dude, they like literally. Okay, so like listen to this.
I mean, they do have to wake up at 4 a.m. for PT, but, like, I've seen some guys with, like, beer bellies and they still are, like, huge biceps.
Killing
And
it.
I'm like, I don't understand.
I don't understand either. So like I was like seeing this guy, his name is Tim, not like back home Tim, but like Colorado Springs Tim. Me and Sarah called him Timmy Turner.
Yes.
And we like met him at the bar or whatever. You could instantly tell he was military. Super
100%.
cute guy. He like, you know. Anyways, he was also. I just threw up the shocker in case
Yeah.
anybody was
I
wondering.
was trying to think of the name. What's the, like, 4 symbol? It's like shocker, rocker, showstopper. Do you know that?
No.
It's like 3 side topic. It's like 4 or 5, like 3 or 4. Like it's like shocker, like rocker, and then showstopper. Like, because if anybody knows what I'm talking about, you'll understand. But it's like the 3 like fingering hand forms.
If you know, leave the emojis in the comments.
Yes,
but,
if there are. But then showstopper's like the fisting.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I don't know.
So
That's what I
anyway,
thought about.
he threw that up a couple of times, and that was pretty fantastic. But anyways, he had such a bad alcohol problem. Literally one night he came over. It was like he came over at like maybe 7 or 7:30, and me and Sarah were day drinking, and he was
Yes.
drinking with us, or
Oh yeah.
day drinking into the night.
Yeah.
That's the day he broke my vape. Shout out, asshole.
Literally.
Anyways, so like he came over, literally like downed my bottle of Crown, and I was like, cool. it's-
First off, I paid for that with my monies.
Yes,
Can you not?
not only that, it's super fucking hard to find.
Literally.
So,
Oh, yeah, it was the peach, wasn't it?
yeah, that's the
Yes,
only one I drink.
never.
Yeah, no, like, don't fucking touch it.
Right.
Anyways, so he comes over, fucking downs, like, the rest of my bottle of Crown, and I'm like, what is going on? And then Sarah drinks those, like, little strawberritas, or, like, watermelon ritas. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a margarita in a can.
Yeah.
And, so anyway, he was, like, drinking some of those, drank some of my Corona and Modelo's and whatever, and then he spent the night, woke up the next morning. As soon as I'm done getting ready in the bathroom, I fucking walk out.
He's not drinking.
He's laying on my bed drinking a strawberita. It is 8 a.m.
It's not even like a Bloody Mary.
No.
To like,
or a mimosa.
yeah, to like go push yourself to the next day. That's literally, And those are alcoholic because those are like the sizes of like White Claws.
They are 8% alcohol.
Yeah, and it's literally straight tequila with like juice. So you're gonna keep getting drunk.
Absolutely.
That's an alcohol.
He probably
problem.
woke up drunk and was like, I want to keep it going.
Oh, probably 100%.
I walked out and I was
dehydrated to the max.
Dehydrated. I was like his piss is like as yellow as it comes.
Literally, honestly, it comes out as yellow paint. Oh my god.
Just like thick as fuck.
It's disgusting. Comes out like mustard, and you're like, yeah, you should drink a glass of water, please. Oh my god.
Calm down, 303. But anyway.
Honestly, yeah, alcohol problem.
It was severe, and like I noticed at that point, but then like once I like cut him off and ghosted him, I was like, wow, I really dodged a bullet there.
Honestly, it was crazy.
It was crazy. And
that's also a really good sign of fuckboys is they're always addicted to something.
Something.
Alcohol, vaping, chewing,
yes.
Cigarettes,
something.
Spending money on stupid stuff. Something. Yeah, they're addicted to something.
And
they always have a favorite alcohol, and it's Patron, Crown,
Hennessy,
and that's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
the last fuckboy that
and
I
they always have bottles. They never want to buy beer.
No.
No. Usually fuckboys who buy beer are frat fuckboys.
Yeah. Or like country fuckboys.
Yes, exactly. But fuckboys, inner city fuckboys are literally Crown, Patron, Hennessy, and that's it.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
all you will see, and they will never put that bottle down.
No, they don't.
I hated going
or Fireball.
Yeah, or Fireball. Fireball's more like country fuckboy.
A little
country
bit, yeah.
fuckboy who moved in town.
Yes.
I hated going to parties in high school and like after high school because people it's like BYOB, but they don't fucking share.
No.
They will not put their bottle down, and it's like, first of all, that bottle was like what, $15? Fucking put it down.
And
share.
Your stepmom bought it for you?
Literally. So it's like, share or put it down because like I'm coming to parties to steal alcohol.
You're like broke as fuck. Just spend your last $5 on Milano cookies.
Honestly, and it's like, why does everybody want to carry their bottles around like it's their goddamn life?
It's a sippy cup.
It is. And all they're doing is like, they have like a cup of like whatever, and they're constantly filling it up, and it's like, give me a splash. Like,
come on, stop being so greedy.
And then when I started to go to like different kinds of parties with not like richer people, but more like civilized people, let's say, there would be like literally like a table covered in bottles.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, oh my god,
dude,
what is this?
Really quickly, a little on topic but a little off topic. So when I was in high school, there was this like friend group that was like just like a group of fuckboys, right? And of course I gravitated towards them because naturally, obviously. And anyways, so one of them I was like seeing at the time, which basically means we were just hooking up.
Basically.
And that was the only time he talked to me.
You were literally looking at him.
Yes, yeah. And yeah, anyway. So his friend, one of the dudes that was in the friend group, and they were like
Brad.
They were like a little older than me.
Oh, okay. Significantly older? Or like you were 17 and he was 18?
Like they were legal to buy alcohol and I couldn't buy cigarettes.
Oh, okay. So there were somebody who graduated 4 years ago and is friends with their little brother's friend group?
Kind of, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, one of the people in the friend group were having a okay, so like let me backtrack a minute. Not that it's fucking relevant at all, but I'm getting to the good part.
It's part of the atmosphere.
Yeah. So anyway, there was two brothers, Marshall and Levi, and they were old enough to buy alcohol. Okay, you go down one. There's Creed. Creed graduated senior year, and I was like,
of course, everyone graduated senior year.
I hate you so much. He was like graduating. And I was like a freshman.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then you go down one more level, and there's a kid that's a sophomore that they hang out with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there was another one, Shelby Alcorn, and he was like old enough to buy alcohol.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we had like 3 older ones, 1 middle one, and then 1 young one.
Yeah. Okay,
so Creed was graduating high school.
Yes.
He threw this rager. My dude, rager. Okay, so I was friends with two girls that were sisters, and one of them was into one of the guys, the other one was into another one of the guys, and I was into one of the guys. Okay. So it worked out perfectly.
We all had a boy.
So anyway, we hear about this party. Don't even remember how we heard of it because it's a small town. But
riot word spreads.
Yeah, exactly, like wildfire. And so anyway, we found out it was literally in the middle of nowhere. It took us like 15, 20 minutes to get out there. Okay, Always. It was dark as fuck at night. I like lied to my dad and I was like, "Hey, spending the night at their house. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna watch movies and make brownies." And as I'm like dying in a field of alcohol,
literally.
So anyway, we get out there. It's like dark as fuck, right? And we pull up. Okay, there is a cattle gate. Okay, there's a car, like a little mini truck behind the cattle gate. They flash their headlights at us.
Oh God.
We flash our headlights at us, or at him.
Yeah.
They fucking turn it on so they can see who's in the car.
Right.
Then he gets out, opens up the gate. We leave our car there.
Yeah.
We walk through the gate. It's this huge barn. There are black lights. There are glow sticks. There are kegs. There's a table full of like Captain Morgan and Fireball. And like, it was crazy. There was a fucking DJ in there.
Oh my
People
God.
were taking body shots. I was like...
This is a country party.
I was like, holy shit, there was a bonfire.
Oh my God, country.
There was like people there that were like 55.
How amazing. And then there's like 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
At least there was parental supervision.
Yeah, let's call it that. They're probably the one that supplied the alcohol. But
probably.
Anyway, it was wild. It was crazy. And like still to this day, that is like the closest I will get to a redneck version of Project X.
Accurate.
It was amazing.
Yes.
It was wild.
I went to one. It was like the end of year like celebration. It was like the end of year. I think I was a junior because I remember senior year being at a different house, but it was junior year and it was like the end of, it was like graduation party, just like that or whatever. And it was like, it was before Airbnb, but it might have been an Airbnb, but these people got this house out in Black Forest and it was a like mansion. It was in Black Forest, like in the middle of like nowhere, but it's Black Forest. And like we pull up, we find the Addy. And me and my friend Chelsea and our friends, we pull up and there's like 3 million cars. There's like all the lights in the house are open or on, and you can see 1 million people inside. And we like open the door and it's like blasting music. First of all, there's a field of shoes because like there was a gate guard at the front of the door, like, take off your shoes. We're renting this place. Like only smoke in this area of the house, like rules. But like there was a field of shoes, and I was like, first of all, I'm not getting my shoes stolen.
No,
even though I have
you're like Angela from that episode of The Office,
literally.
That's like sitting out there with the shoes, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm not getting my shoes stolen."
Correct, that was me, and I was like, I fully don't want my janky ass off-brand Skechers stolen, but still,
you bought from Walmart,
literally, and like it was huge, and there were like people hooking up upstairs. There was like every single like the whole high school was there. It was disgusting. God. And there was like a sunroom where everyone was smoking, and I was like
weed.
Yeah, like weed and like cigarettes and stuff for sure. And it was just this huge party, and that's the closest I've been to like a Project X.
And you were like, what is going on?
I literally was that, and like me in those situations, because I was probably like 17 junior year, 17, 16, depending on like your birthday.
Yeah. I'd say 17.
And I was literally like, me and my friends were like, if we hear anything, cops, other cars, any lights, we're gone.
Yes.
And I'm like, we are gone, rather you're in the car or not. I was like, there's like a 2-minute grace period to collect people, and then we're done.
At that point, it is every man for themselves.
Correct.
Because a real friend is going to keep the fuck up.
Exactly, literally. And then the senior year, it was more in town, but it was like in the outer rim of town, and it was also like an Airbnb. Side note, they broke the house.
Oh shit.
Because it was like on a first level, and then there was like a den or whatever. They were like, there were so many people, and they were like jumping base and stuff. They were literally like, the floor was gonna collapse. They were like cracking the floor. They broke the front door. So I don't know who rented this house, but they were fucked.
Oh no.
Or like if it was like if they broke in, I have no idea. But it was in a cul-de-sac, and I remember parking my car, and we got there a little late, and I remember parking my car, and I was like, oh, there's like a ton of people here. Nobody will trap me, because like I parked like on the side, and I made sure nobody could trap me. Somebody did kind of trap me, but I kind of got out. And then,
did you still have the cobalt?
Yes, I had the cobalt.
Oh, okay, so you could get out fine.
Yeah, exactly. And I was, and we were there, and we were like, we're here for 20 minutes because it's a neighborhood. and the cops are definitely going to
too
get called,
risky.
or they're already being called. And then we were like chilling, we like got a drink or whatever, and then like in the back of my mind, I heard somebody like across this loud ass party say, I think the cops are coming. And I was like, Chelsea, Courtney, we're leaving right now. And they were like, no, it's fine. And I was like, we are leaving.
Dude, I can't even count how many times, because in my little small town we had like what we call tailgaters, right?
Yeah.
Which was like basically like a group of people get an address, we all fucking go there, bonfire, drink, everybody brings their own beer.
Right.
We like literally set up a table in the dirt,
Right.
and play like beer pong and shit.
Right.
And like, no lie, like I'm like the mom out of the friend group.
Oh, 100%.
And I would like,
always the mom.
before we even fucking get out of the car, like we're on our way.
Right.
And I'm like driving, right? Because I was always like pretty much the sober one.
Right.
And so I'm like driving, and I'm like, I look in the rearview mirror and I look around the car and I'm like, this is the plan.
Literally.
I was like, if we hear cops, if somebody says cops, if we see lights, we are out.
Literally, we are out, and if you do not answer your phone or you're not within my vicinity, you're getting left.
Absolutely. 100%. And like, God, we just got so off topic.
But the people who throw those are fuckboys.
Fuckboys. Dude, there was this kid that was like a couple of towns away from Flagler that used to throw ragers all the time, and he was kind of a fuckboy.
Yes.
He was like a country fuckboy, so which I hate it. I hate to say it, but they're like not as bad.
They aren't as bad because they're homegrown.
They are homegrown.
I hate that term, but it's so true. Homegrown.
They're hatched in eastern Colorado.
Yes, in the middle of nowhere. Their mom raised them to be a good boy, but then they still want to have sex. So they have to be like a country fuckboy.
I feel like country fuckboys is more of a phase a little bit, unless they move to the city and then it becomes their identity.
And then they like explode, and then they like trade in their Levi's for what?
Buckle?
Buckle, yes, buckle. God, yeah, they trade in their Levi's and Wranglers for buckle jeans.
Oh my God.
And they just transform. It just becomes involuntary.
Absolutely. Dude, Sarah dated, I talked about the dude in the first episode, but Sarah dated this like country fuckboy, and he was like the epitome of a country fuckboy. Like I'm talking like hat that's not a flat bill. What do you call that? Just
Snapback?
no, just like a regular
Like a baseball cap?
Yeah, like a baseball cap.
And they always
crunch
yes,
it.
I
Like
was about
crunch
to
it like a
crunch
taco.
it so it's literally just covering like the middle of their face,
Yes.
and it's like basically a tube
Yes.
that they turn their bill into.
Yeah.
Country.
What is that about?
I don't know. Also, like, what's about like keeping stickers and like tags on hats and shoes?
What's the purpose?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it either. But yes, country dudes do that. It's insane, and that's definitely a sign.
So going back to before we got off topic, how to get away from a fuckboy? How would you get away from a
How
fuckboy,
would
Matthew?
I get away if I'm invested?
Let's take one step back.
Okay.
And we'll touch on that one
Like, say,
after.
okay, so you're like talking, you're chit chatting, you're not sure if he is the fuckboy, and then like.
Then you realize he is.
Yeah, and then he's like, hey,
How do you play that?
Want to come over tonight? And I'm like, ugh, you just like see the signs. Yeah, it's usually like, hey, want to come over tonight? Or hey, what are you doing now? Or like,
they do that pretty frequently.
let me, like, what do they say? Like, let me swing around.
Oh, let me pull up.
Let me pull up. Yeah, let me pull up.
Or
and,
let
like,
me swoop
pick
you.
Let me swoop you. And I'm like, oof. I'm like, God, no, it's one of them.
It's one of them. It's like, I'm dead ass convinced that like all of them got together
Honestly,
and like they took a class.
Invented a lexicon. They invented a dictionary of terms of how to speak, how to talk, how to act. They were like,
how to form a Tinder bio.
right? They were like, you can't wear this brand. You have to wear Vans. You can't shop at American Eagle anymore because American Eagle is like preppy white.
Yes,
fuckboy.
yes.
But that's different. Those are rich fuckboys.
Yeah.
So many different stereotypes and types.
So many different, but like they all collectively got together and they
100%.
said, we are gonna find the people that gravitate towards us, and then we're gonna break their heart.
Literally. So when I see those signs and they say, let me come swoop you, what are you doing tonight? Or if their bio's empty
Dude,
or whatever,
literally, the whole let me come get you right now.
I hate that. It
Dude,
gives me such anxiety.
It's such anxiety. You're like, holy fuck, they've never been to your house before, and you're like, somehow they're gonna find my address.
Literally, honestly. Is my Snapchat map on? You're like, oh my God, turning off your location.
I'm ghost mode on there all the time. I don't trust people.
I don't get when people are. like if I go do something, like if I'm up in Denver or if I'm up like at like a festival or like if I'm traveling, like when I went to London, I turned it on just so everyone saw how famous I was and how
Absolutely.
fancy I was. But like first of all, I'm sitting at my house and at work. So I don't want people to know where I live exactly, GPS coordinates, or where I work. I just don't want like people to know that. It's weird because I stalk people's snaps.
Yeah.
Just because like I'll open it and I'll be like, oh, what's up with everybody? Like, and I'm not like, oh, is he at home?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh, he's in town, or like, oh, cool. But I don't want people to do that to me. That sketches me out.
Evan's in Foco. Yeah.
Literally, I'm like, no, I don't want that.
But anyway, so like I literally like matched with this guy on Tinder. We talked for like 2 seconds. He asked for my Snapchat, and I can't say no. So
What's in your bio? Ugh.
No, I hate that.
I usually
don't
put it
do
in my
that.
bio, so I'm just like, oh, do you have Snapchat? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, well, add me. It's in my bio. It's just
Do you
a
know
lazy
how many
feature.
ugly guys I would get?
Got a point. And they always add you on Snapchat when you don't match them.
Absolutely.
And it's like, what do you think the point is? And it's like, A for effort, I guess, but like...
So I matched with this guy. We talked for like 2 seconds. He gets my Snapchat. He literally Snapchats me a video of him laying on the couch, and he goes, "So you coming over in a little bit or what?"
Oh God, super hard sign.
Who are you?
Who are you? Who do you think you are?
I don't even know your last name.
First of all, I don't want to get murdered.
I literally I was with Sarah and we were day drinking, and I like took my phone. Always, that's a common theme in my life.
Literally.
Anyway, so I took my phone and I was like, I don't want to be made into a skin suit. Like,
literally.
Like, I'm not trying to get murdered.
They find it so offensive.
They do. He literally he was like, oh, okay. And I was
literally.
like,
and it's like,
bye.
First of all, I don't want to get murdered. Yeah, I always would say that when I was talking to somebody. So I whenever I start talking to somebody, I like to give it at least like 24 hours. Not to like hook up or whatever, but I feel in-person energy is very strong.
Yes.
So like if I'm talking to somebody and I have the next couple of days off or whatever, I'm like, hey, do you want to grab brunch, or hey, do you want to grab a coffee? Because in-person energy, might as well get to know them in person.
Yeah.
But like usually I'll give them like 24 hours. I'll stalk them because I'm amazing at stalking.
You are.
Like Max and Neve should hire me on Catfish because side story, I found this guy. He was on Grindr and he was like a military dude, but I was like, he's interesting. So I like found him. I searched him, found his first name because he only had his last name on the Grindr profile. Found his first name somehow. I can't remember. But then I end up finding his LinkedIn profile.
Wait, really quickly, what is LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is like a Facebook for professional.
Oh,
like you
okay.
put like it's like a resume. It's basically like a social media resume. So you like make a profile and you put like all your qualifications and stuff, and you can like add people like your last boss or your other coworkers like references.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you like it's for more serious jobs like accounting like higher level like like things, because then people like you put it on your resume if you like have the paper resume or whatever, or they can like look you up in the selection process, and they look you up, they see that you went to this college. It's just an online resume, and then they can even contact your last job or your other coworkers as references off of it.
Yeah.
So I found this dude's LinkedIn, and everything was correct. First name, last name, picture was correct. His military standing was correct because I asked him, and I was like, oh, what's your rank? Same rank and everything. And like it showed that he was in Colorado Springs for work and that he lived in like Missouri or some shit. And then I used that to find his Facebook, and then I found he was married. And I asked him, and I was like, hey, are you married? And he was like, yeah, but we're open or whatever. And I was like, red flag. So then I was like, well, are you like whatever? And then I screenshot the profile because us sisters got to stick together. Screenshot the profile, send it to his wife. His wife's sister messages me and is like, what are you trying to do? Why are you lying about Cole or whatever his name is? And I was like, girl, I don't care if you believe me or not, but here's all the information. I found his LinkedIn. That's his LinkedIn. He says he's in Colorado. And she was like, he's not in Colorado Springs. He's in Fort Collins. And I was like, first of all, he's
basically the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, first of all, he's lying to you, or he's in Fort Collins or like whatever at another Air Force base. But he's down here. I see his location. I was like, whatever, do with what you do. Like, fine. But yeah, I'm amazing at stalking. I will find your MySpace. I will find your LinkedIn, Facebook, phone number, because there's so many things. If you get a phone number, Snapchat, they have their name added.
Yeah.
Like if their name's Tim and then their Snapchat's like TJ 62, and then they have like their last name like Hamilton or whatever. So it'll be like TJ62 Hamilton. So it's clearly Tim Hamilton is his name. And then you Facebook him. I'm a genius. Find Instagrams, find TikToks. Great. So I usually stalk people, figure out if they're a murderer, psychopath or not. And then I'll go on a date with them.
Yeah, that's like really good. You are really good at that. Every time I talk to a new guy, I'm like, Matthew, will you do your little background check for me?
I'm like, what's his last name? Do you know anything? What's all the information?
It's amazing. Also, like, getting back into it,
oh yeah, how to get away with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
If a guy was like, let me come swoop you, I'm like, ooh, I have work later. My sister's quinceañeras today.
You like full on don't even have a sister.
Full on, not even Hispanic either. Just full on make a lie and then maybe like trail it on. Maybe he's a good guy or whatever. But definitely if he's like every day, like, let me swoop you up. Ooh, do you want to hang out? Oh, I'm in town. What are you doing tonight? Like, ooh, God, no.
No.
Like, fuckboys don't plan ahead. They're not like, hey, are you busy next Tuesday? No. It's tonight. It's now. It's what are you doing at 6 p.m.?
Absolutely. It's
Never.
like super in the moment
Yeah,
stuff.
so whenever I do that, I'll usually just be honest nowadays. I'm like, I'm looking for something more serious, or I don't think this is going to work out. Like, just point blank. Yeah. And if they are like so terrible, like they're sending me dick pics, or they're just a douche, I'm like, just unmatch them.
Yeah.
Because that's the culture nowadays.
Just get rid of them.
It's unmatched. Just bye.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
Okay,
cool. I remembered to wash my hands.
She did remember to wash her hands. It was amazing.
I hate your soap.
Why? My pump soap? My Myers?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like the smell of it.
Oh, I love it. It's like, what? Cucumber mint or some shit? I love it.
It smells like
I like Myers because it's like all natural and stuff.
Well, Myers is fine. Like, I don't
just the smell, the scent of it. There's like a turmeric one that Divya uses at work and it's bad.
It smells like a hotel. My hands
It doesn't.
smell like...
I don't like it.
Oh, I don't like it.
Hotel soap, yes.
Yeah, no. Anyways, so we are gonna get into some things that like fuckboys do, and I guess just like
in general, men.
We're gonna talk about manipulation, gaslighting, and controlling behaviors.
Yes. So manipulation, it's not as much as like controlling like what you eat, what you wear, where you go, and stuff like that. It's just like little side eye comments like, you're texting your friend Brittany and he's just like, I don't like her. Yeah. Like little stuff like that, because then it puts in your mind, like you're hanging out with him a lot. He doesn't like Brittany. So like it kind of like, you don't like to Brittany, because like couples do assimilate and stuff like that.
Yes.
And especially when like you're just beginning with a relationship or whatever, if he's just like, oh, I don't like Brittany, I don't like what she said or whatever, you're gonna want to put more energy into this fuckboy or like any boy in general, instead of Brittany, because you want the relationship to work out, which is like a sad fact of dating and stuff like that.
Yes. So like an example of like manipulation would be like what you just said, but also, fuck, now that I'm on the spot, I can't even think, but
just like little stuff like, let's go eat here. I don't like that food.
Yeah.
It's just like little controlling, because it has to start at a, like, it's got to start somewhere.
Yes.
And it's just like, or if you're like watching a TV show, and when he's around, you never watch that show.
Yeah.
And then you stop watching that show. And it's like little stuff. And I mean, like shows and what food places you eat don't really matter in the beginning. But then when you give them the control of that, it goes higher and higher and higher. And like, especially with like fuckboys and stuff, they'll always want to drive.
Yes.
So then they can literally control where you go.
Yes.
Like when you're done hanging out and stuff like that. And
that's like a really... Tristan drove everywhere.
Exactly. And I mean, like, it's not always like a telltale sign. Like, some dudes just like to drive. Like, it's just a thing. Mm-hmm. Like, whenever usually I go on dates or whatever, the other dude drives, because of the type of guy I'm into. Like, more masculine energy, more, like, not dominant, but more dominant.
Old men.
Correct. I did just go on a date with a 32-year-old.
We love that.
Yes, very much so. So, yeah, it's just, like, the type or whatever. So, it's not always a telltale sign if they drive all the time. But if... in conjunction with like
the other things we mentioned,
if you're like, oh, where do you want to eat, and he's like, oh, we're eating at Subway, and you're like, okay.
Oh my god.
And it's just like
it's
little
like,
controls.
also don't get a cookie because I can't afford it,
honestly. Yeah, exactly. Or stuff like that. Or like like, don't get a cookie, it's too expensive. Or, and that's definitely like beginning relationship stuff, because you're not wanting to make like the person you're going on dates with spend money, or like they'll like suggest menu items or whatever. Not so much as like, maybe you should get the side salad.
Yeah.
But that's like further down in the relationship. But just like, oh, you don't like that.
Yeah.
That's a red flag of manipulation, is them telling you what you like.
Yeah. That kind of like leads into gaslighting too. So like I was like on the phone FaceTiming my friend Shannon, the one that lives in she lives in Nevada. And she's fucking dope as fuck. But anyway, we were talking about like some toxic relationships that we were in where we were being gaslighted. And like I have looked that up online because for a long time I had no idea what that was. And then when I got out of my 3-year relationship, I like looked it up.
Right.
And I was like, damn, I was being gaslighted through that whole thing, right?
Literally.
So I like looked up the definition. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I totally know what that means. But then like sometimes I forget. So I had her explain it to me like I was a dummy.
Literally.
And
like break it the hell down.
Yeah, so she broke it down for me and she like phrased it really well. She said if you are seeing somebody or you're dating somebody that you know they're cheating.
Yeah.
Like you know they're cheating, you've had proof, whatever. You call them out on it, but then they like turn it back on you and make you feel crazy for it. And then you start second guessing yourself and thinking that you are crazy. Yeah. That is gaslighting.
Exactly, 100%. And that's what like a lot of, it goes hand in hand with manipulation pretty much. Because like in my last relationship, my marriage or whatever, he would do that. Like I would hear the dating site like noise of Grindr, like the whatever, the ba-doom. And I would like confront him, or like he would be hanging out with dudes or whatever, and I'd be like, you're definitely cheating on me. And he'd be like, no, you're just insecure, or no, you're like, well, you hang out with Joe or whatever, and stuff like that. It's like he flips it back on you, and then it's like at that point, since you're so deep into the manipulation, you're like, well, I do hang out with Joe, so maybe that is how he feels and stuff like that. Because then like the whole like your whole mentality gets flipped, that it's not about him anymore. You're being turned in. Yes. Like even though you know he's cheating, you have pictures, you have screenshots, you have text messages, but then he's like, well, you hang out with him, and then you're like, oh my god, I do. Because it's almost like you have not sympathy for like the person, but you're in a relationship or whatever. Yeah. So like if they're like, well, I feel like you're cheating on me because you hang out with Joe or whatever, and then it makes this huge thing, and then you get turned in back on yourself.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
Really quickly, like when I was with Tristan, he like brought this thing up to me one time. We had really good communication and stuff, but so I was living with my sister at the time, and we didn't have like Deep Rock water or like fridge water, so we bought like bottled water.
Deep Rock? Like well water?
No, like Deep Rock is like the huge like 5-gallon thing, like water cooler. Like in an office.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Okay, so we didn't have one of those, and we didn't have fridge water, and tap water is disgusting. So,
okay.
So we bought bottled water. So it was me, Michelle, and Mesa, and they would buy like 2 or 3 cases when they went, and I would buy 2. So because we drink a lot of water.
Yeah, and I mean water's important.
Yes, and so I would buy it, and I would be too lazy to carry it in, so I would keep it in the back of my car until I absolutely had to bring it in.
Literally.
And my sister was like riding my ass about this for like a week and a half, and she was like, "Bring the fucking water in, bring it in. Where's the water? Are you sure you even got it?" And it was like driving me crazy, and it was to the point that I was like, "You go get the fucking water."
Literally.
And so then I was like home one day, and Tristan was over, and he was she goes, will you please, for the love of God, bring that water in? And I was like, okay. And I was like bitching about the water situation like all day long. Right. And then like later on, like in our relationship, Tristan like brought it up. It was probably like a week or 2 later, he brought it up, and he was like, really quickly, I just want to let you know that it is bothersome, and it brings me down when you make big situations out of little situations, like the whole water thing. And I was like, first of all, I very rarely make big situations out of little situations. Yeah. But when I do, it's fine.
Yeah, because that's kind of like your sister was like hounding you for it. It wasn't really a big deal.
Exactly.
And it's like, yeah, I'll go get the water, whatever. But why are you bitching so much? Do we need it right now?
Yeah. Are you dehydrated?
Right. So
anyway.
It's like, why'd you bring it up anyways? Like.
Yeah, and he said that, and I thought that was like fucking a little bit of gaslighting.
For sure.
Because he was like making me feel crazy for the way that I was feeling, and how I was feeling was validated.
Yeah. And everybody has their
little moments.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, let people live their fucking life.
Yeah. So anyways, I feel like we touched on a lot of like fuckboy aspects.
Yes, this we're gonna title this FUCKBOI.
Yes.
Maybe F asterisk.
Yeah.
I mean, we're having an explicit channel.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can cuss. Like on the titles.
I don't think so, but we could do asterisk. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we can do an asterisk or something, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Or Screw Boys or something, just to keep it like PGA.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll figure it out.
Right, but yes, this was a great episode 2.
Yeah.
Technically 3, but whatever.
Technically 3.
We're moving on.
Yeah, we're gonna not be bitter and salty about it.
Yes.
But anyways, I hope we gave you guys a laugh, and I hope you enjoyed, and we tried to keep it at about an hour again.
Yes,
so.
even though people were complaining about an hour.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was like, that's so long. And I'm like, podcasts kind of need to be long. Because if they're like, what, 10, 15 minutes? That's like nothing to get over on a topic.
No.
Unless it's like comedic or something.
Yeah.
And then it's like 10, 20, 15 minutes or whatever. But all the podcasts that I watch, they have long conversations like this, or they have a huge overarching like topic like Dr. Death or whatever. They talk about like cases and stuff. And those shits are like more than an hour long.
Yeah.
I listen to ones that are like 2 hours long.
Yeah, me too.
And it's like, that's the point of podcasts. You're supposed to listen, chill. Like, it's not like a video and you have to watch. Yeah.
No, and not only that, but like the people that say that must not understand the definition of a podcast.
Yeah.
Because you listen to a podcast when you're on a road trip,
when
you're cooking dinner, when you are getting ready for work, when you're on your way to work, you listen to a podcast as like background noise.
Yeah.
Like when you're cleaning the house, you don't fucking sit down and like do nothing but listen to a podcast.
Literally,
you fucking freak.
Honestly, it's like background noise that you're still listening to and stuff, just to like pass the time better. And exactly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully we have more following. Hopefully we're getting better. Hopefully this episode 2.
Yeah, we tried to work on the volume a little bit, and some of our coworkers and stuff gave us a little bit of input and stuff. So. We're trying to improve as we go along.
Yeah, this was our first podcast. This is our 3rd recording and stuff like that. We downloaded the software minutes before we started recording the first episode.
Yeah.
So just give us a minute, and if it's good, we'll keep it going.
Yeah, so this should be uploaded on YouTube in maybe like a week.
I might try to get it out tomorrow because today's Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing too much today, so hopefully we can do weekly ones on Tuesday.
Yeah, because we like Tuesday works really well for me and Matthew. So, we're like our upload schedule, if you will, is
we'll definitely iron out the issues and stuff. Yeah, figure it out. But maybe by tomorrow, the 2nd of June.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but if not, don't hurt us.
Don't come fucking find us on Snapchat maps.
Literally. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon. And hopefully we gave you guys a laugh and a distraction.
So anyway, thanks guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
Bye.